CNN broke a story, leaked documents from the Hubei Provincial Center in China for disease control and prevention in China. Came out in the documents, which cover, and I'm reading from CNN, which cover an incomplete period between October 2019 and April this year, reveal what appears to be an inflexible healthcare system constrained by top-down bureaucracy and rigid procedures that were ill-equipped to deal with the pandemic, right? At several critical moments in the early phase of the pandemic, the documents show evidence of clear missteps. Suddenly, CNN has discovered that more people were dying in China than China would say. Now, we told you that on the show because we give you tomorrow's news today, but we couldn't prove it. Now CNN has proved it. So I want to give full credit to a guy at the Federalist, a guy named Tristan Justice, because I'm going to use some clips from his story. First of all, he's got a great name, Tristan Justice. I may change my name to Tristan Justice. That is an absolutely terrific name. Tristan Justice, Private Eye. I mean, you could be anything with the name Tristan Justice. However, he's a writer at the Federalist, and he wrote a story called CNN Finally Discovers China Uses U.S. Media to Attack the United States. He says, for months, it's been brazenly obvious that China was deliberately underreporting its cases of the Wuhan virus. The Chinese government lied about every aspect of the global crisis, including its origin, while silencing whistleblowers who sounded the alarm, hiding crucial information from health experts, and pushing the World Health Organization into line about the nature of the virus itself. At the pandemic's onset, China again proved it cannot be trusted with its own statistics. They came out, I think it was in April 7th. This was what Reuters was reporting from China in April about the virus. This is cut 4.
China marked a massive milestone on Tuesday. It's seen no new deaths as a result of the new coronavirus. Mainland China also reported a drop in new cases after closing its borders to virtually all foreigners. In the central city of Wuhan, once the epicenter of the outbreak, lockdown measures are finally easing. It's due to allow people to leave the city via road, rail and air on Wednesday. And more non-essential businesses will open their doors once again, providing the first glimpse of what life could be like after at least 2 months indoors. Wuhan has reported only 2 new confirmed cases in the last 14 days. Overall, China had around 32 new confirmed cases of the coronavirus on Monday, all of which involved travellers arriving from overseas.
Everything is great. Everything is great in China. You remember Thomas Friedman in Knucklehead Row at the New York Times, the op-ed page of the New York Times, said, oh, if only for one day, if only we could have a powerful government, like an authoritarian government like China, we could fix so many things. And the logic behind that is his class, the clerisy, knows how to fix things and is being held up by us, the rabble, with our power in democracy. But I want to show you what happened to this story as this China story developed, as it developed falsely among the clerisy, namely the press. I'm going to read again from this Federalist paper by Tristan Justice with the great name. U.S. reports 1,200 coronavirus deaths in over 24 hours, NBC News tweeted on April 7th. Meanwhile, in China, where the pandemic broke out, not a single new coronavirus death was reported. Justice says these falsehoods from China were used by corporate media as a cudgel against Trump, incredibly claiming that a communist country was doing better than the freest country in the world based on taking China's doctored numbers at face value. Here is a reporter challenging Trump on the way he refers to the virus. This is cut 5.
China and others have criticized you for using the phrase Chinese virus. How do you feel about that? Are you going to continue using that phrase?
Well, China was putting out information which was false, that our military gave this to them. That was false. And rather than having an argument, I said, I have to call it where it came from. It did come from China. So I think it's a very accurate term. But no, I didn't appreciate the fact that China was saying that our military gave it to them. Our military did not give it to anybody.
Critics say using that phrase creates a stigma.
No, I don't think so. No, I think saying that our military gave it to them creates a stigma.
I just want to deconstruct that exchange for just a minute. I mean, I think it's important that the press is saying to Trump, the reporter is saying to Trump, you have violated the rules of upper class etiquette, which are set by the clerisy. See, this is what you have to remember. The rules of social behavior are set by the social upper classes. You have violated those rules. And Trump is saying, first of all, I'm telling the truth. And second of all, they did all these bad things, so screw them. That's basically what he's saying. And the reporter sticks with his values, which are values of etiquette set by the clerisy. That's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with the rules of behavior. We're not dealing with suddenly everybody in the press became dishonest. Everybody's always dishonest. That's why it's so hard to find the truth. That's why it's so hard to speak the truth. That is why it's so hard. You will lose your job. You will lose money. You'll lose fame. You'll lose all the things that you value in life if you speak the truth. That is the Christian message. That is one of the central messages of the gospel. That's why I always laugh when churches say, we're trying to make the world a better place. Jesus never said that. He said, the world is going to hate you. The world is going to crucify you. Pick up the cross. Follow me. Here we go. That's what he said because he knows the world, what the world does to the truth. And that is why we have to search so hard for the truth. And that's why it's so hard to speak the truth. What they are telling you is their etiquette forbids the truth. Before you go, one last thing. Hit the subscribe button so that you stay up to date on all our content.